Hey, have you ever been sitting there listening to some kick-ass death metal? Go, man, you know what'll make this sound better? A saxophone solo. Well, if you have, stay tuned because I got you covered on this week's roundup. All right, hey everybody, this is Sean with Some Dude in Texas, and welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking it out. So we'll go ahead and get started on this week's metal roundup. First band is out of Netherlands, and they're called Black Rabbit. Now, you may have heard them before. They've been around since about 2014, but they've had quite a few member changes throughout the years. They did put out a 4-song EP back in 2020 named Warren of Necrosis. Sounds a little different. The singer, it sounds like they had a different singer back then. That previous singer was a little bit more kind of black metal sound, and this one's a lot more heavier. But this is their first full-length album. It's 12 tracks, and it's called, see if I can get this right here, Hypnosomnia. And it's just heavy death metal. I wouldn't call it, old school, but it's also got a touch of kind of some technical, thrash to it as well. Just well-written songs, heavy guitar tone to it. And a couple of the songs that stick out to me is going to be Culmination of Hate, and then Fake Blood. This one's really cool. It's got probably about 3 minutes into it, it's got a real cool breakdown, but it's a heavy, faster paced breakdown. It's really cool. And then the last track called Hellfire. With just good heavy, mid-tempo to fast-paced, death metal, touch of thrash. It's also got some groove to it as well. I really liked it. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to see if I can get a CD or a cassette of it so I can order it. And I think you'll dig it, so check it out. All right, now the next band is out of Germany called Metasphera. And this is their self-titled full-length album. This looks like this is their first one. It's 8 tracks, and this is just progressive, technical death metal. Now the great musicians on this, awesome guitar work, real technical solos with the arpeggios, but it's, you've heard me say this before when I'm talking about these technical death metal bands. It's got a good groove. It's got some breaks and some pauses, but not, not to where it kind of throws you off. Not like some of that technical stuff that you hear that is it's just hard to follow and you really can't get into it. It doesn't have a groove. It's just kind of all over the place. This has a good steady groove. It does have some pauses and some breaks in it, but nothing that really, ruins the song. Great musicians on this album. A couple of the songs that stick out to me is Exile, Catharsis. Now this is a long song, Catharsis is. It's almost 13 minutes. And then Portal. It's one thing about the songs on it. It's only 8 tracks, but I think the shortest song is about a minute, and that's the intro. All the other songs are anywhere between about 6 to 12 minutes. It's long songs, but you don't get bored of it. They really keep your attention. Like I said, it's technical, but it's heavy. It's got some, good groove to it as well. And good heavy vocals, man. I dig the vocals on this. So like I said, I dig it. I think you should check it out. All right, now this next band is out of Luxembourg, and this is just old school thrash metal. I mean, this is how they describe themselves. They're saying they just want to keep that style alive, and I think they're doing an awesome job. Well, this band is called Sublimed, not to be confused with Sublimed. And this is, I'm not even going to try to say the name of this album. You'll just have to check out the album cover there. But this is just 11 tracks of just old school thrash metal. But it does have some groove to it as well, kind of some groove metal parts on it. But this is their second full-length album. And these guys have been around, since 2005. They've been around for a while. They got several EPs, but this, once again, is their second full-length. It's a couple songs. Well, basically, like I said, it's old school, thrash metal. So a lot of these songs are talking about, drinking, partying, and have a good time. Couple songs that stick out. First one is FUAD, stands for F'd Up and Drunk. And this is just this first track. It's just a fast-paced, old-school thrash metal song. And then also another one sticks out is High Speed Hangover, and then Comfortably Drunk. See the theme? Just partying old-school thrash. I like it. It's fun to listen to. It's 11 tracks, keeps your attention. I think you should check it out. All right, now this next band is out of South Carolina called Curse of Flesh. And this is a 5-track EP called Spiritual Preservation Through Self-Immolation. And check out the logo. Kind of reminds you of something, right? Yeah, I think this is one of their, a little nod to one of their influences, Entombed. But that's what this is. It's Swedish style death metal, all the way down to the HM2 chainsaw guitar tone. It's killer stuff, man. It's got that, fast pace, but then they slow it down and it's just real sluggish and chunky, man. It's really cool. I think every song on here is awesome. It is available on their Bandcamp. You can get the digital, but they also got it available on cassette at Noxious Ruin. So get a chance, go over there and check it out. Buy it. I think it's only $8, pretty cheap. But I dig it. Like if you like that kind of sludgy, chunky Swedish death metal, I think you'll enjoy it. So check it out. All right, now the last band is out of Poland, and they're called see if I can say this right here. Concatenation. There we go. And it's Existence Full of Promises. This is a 7-track. It's their second full-length album. And this is just kind of technical, death metal with a touch of thrash, but not like that old school thrash, but also has some groove to it as well. I really like this album, man. It's probably my favorite one out of the bunch here. It's kind of hard to describe, man. They're real well-written songs and just got some cool heavy riffs and kind of some weird stuff, some cool bends and cool little breaks and stuff. But once again, nothing that kind of throws you off guard and ruins the song. It is mid to fast tempo, and a couple of the songs that stick out to me is Racing Through My Burning Mind and You're Doomed, and then the last track. This one is really cool, right? It's called Forlorn. And it's got a sax solo in it, right? You wouldn't think it would work, but it does. It's no different than kind of listening to a slow bluesy, guitar solo. But it's a saxophone, man. It really kind of caught me off guard when I first heard it. I was like, whoa, but it fits, man. It's really cool. Can't say enough about this album. Like I said, it really kind of hard to describe. You just need to go check it out and listen to it. It's just heavy death metal with a touch of thrash with some technical and a saxophone solo. I really dig it. I think you should check it out. All right, well, that wraps up this week's Metal Roundup. I'm not going to do a 1-minute review on this episode, but I will be dropping a new collection update within the next 2 or 3 days. Got some cool stuff to show y'all. So, hey, thanks for watching. And until next time, y'all take care.
Y'all come back now, you hear?